Letting go often sounds simple. We talk about it as if it is something you can decide to do, as if there is a moment where you can say, all right, I'll stop holding on now. But for many people, letting go does not feel simple at all. It feels tense, unsafe, sometimes even frightening. That often leads to frustration or self-judgment. Why can't I let go? I understand this already. Other people seem to manage this. Why not me? What is often missed in these moments is that letting go is not primarily a mental process. It is not something you do through understanding, willpower, or intention alone. Letting go is largely a bodily and neurological process. And when we look at it that way, a lot begins to make sense. Control does not appear randomly. It is not a personality flaw, and it is not a sign that something is wrong with you. Control is a regulation strategy of the nervous system. When the system senses uncertainty, tension, or threat, and this does not have to be conscious, it automatically looks for ways to reduce that inner discomfort. Control is one of those ways. It can show up as planning ahead, analyzing situations, monitoring emotions, anticipating outcomes, or trying to manage how things unfold. All of these behaviors have the same underlying goal: to create predictability. And for the nervous system, predictability feels like safety. That is why control often feels necessary, even if it is exhausting. Not pleasant, but protective. So when someone says, you just need to let go, the nervous system often hears, let go of your safety. And of course it resists. This is why letting go cannot be forced, and why understanding alone is rarely enough. Many people already understand where their patterns come from. They have read books, followed therapy, gained insight. They know rationally that holding on creates tension, and still, the system keeps holding. That is because insight and safety operate on different levels. You can understand something deeply and still feel unsafe in your body. The nervous system doesn't respond to logic, it responds to lived experience. As long as there is no felt sense of safety, the system will continue to hold on, even if you know that doing so increases stress. That is why so many people feel stuck. I understand it, but I can't do it. I know this, but my body reacts differently. This is not resistance, it is protection. When letting go feels impossible, it is often because people approach it in ways that miss this layer. Some try to force it. They push themselves harder, try to override their reactions, tell themselves to stop controlling. This usually creates more tension, not less. Others try to bypass it. They tell themselves it does not matter, label it as ego, or try to rise above it mentally. But the body does not forget what has not been met. Others wait passively, hoping the need for control will simply disappear with time. But without a new experience of safety, the system keeps sending the same signals. In all of these approaches, one essential step is missing: allowing safety to grow before asking the system to let go. Letting go is not the first step, it is the result of something else. What actually helps is slowing down, staying present with what is happening, and allowing the nervous system to experience that what is here is manageable. Not to fix it, not to make it disappear, but to let the system register, I am here and I am not overwhelmed. This can be very subtle. A breath that deepens slightly, a sense of contact with the ground, a moment where you notice that you can stay with sensation without being taken over by it. When the nervous system begins to feel that it is not alone with tension, something shifts. Control no longer has to work as hard. Holding begins to soften, and letting go happens naturally, not as an action, but as a consequence. Perhaps the question is not, how do I let go? But rather, what does my system need in order to feel safe enough? When that question becomes central, the relationship to letting go changes. It is no longer a task or an expectation. It becomes a movement that happens when the conditions are right. The meditation we recently shared works from this exact principle. It is not an exercise in letting go. It is an invitation to experience safety first. Take what supports you and allow the rest to fall away.